This 17 News at Noon podcast is brought to you by Clinica Sierra Vista.
Welcome back to 17 News at Noon podcast, where we share your news on your schedule. Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us for 17 News at Noon. I'm Nicole Gitsky. We begin with our homicide tracker as we continue to watch the number approach a record-breaking year. Another person is dead in a shooting overnight. Bakersfield police were called to the area of Jewett Avenue and 35th Street just after 10:30 p.m. BPD says they found a man dead at the scene. Homicide detectives were called to the scene. The coroner's office will release the victim's identity at a later date. If you have any information regarding this case, call BPD at 327-7111. By our count, this is Kern County's 105th homicide this year. Meantime, a man suspected of shooting in South Bakersfield is behind bars this afternoon. According to BPD, it happened around 10:20 last night. Police say they received a report of a shooting at the intersection of Berkshire Road and Monitor Street. Police located the suspect vehicle and attempted to stop 21-year-old Brian Perez Salcido. The 21-year-old refused to stop and led police on a pursuit with two unrestrained children in the car. The driver finally stopped on Panama Lane. Fortunately, no one was hurt. Perez Salcido was arrested for child endangerment, aggravated assault with a firearm, and felony evading. Now to a fatal crash involving a motorcyclist. According to California Highway Patrol, the motorcyclist died after hitting a perimeter fence on the West Side Parkway. The motorcyclist was thrown from the bike. CHP says they suspect the crash happened overnight and it wasn't discovered until this morning.
If any of the public saw anything during the nighttime where a motorcyclist went off the roadway or saw some kind of a dust or cloud in this general area, please contact the Bakersfield area CHP office for additional information.
CHP says they received a call from Bakersfield police this morning regarding the crash. Officers have taken over the investigation. If you know anything or saw anything, call CHP at 861-3110. Well, now to the latest COVID-19 numbers here in Kern County. Public Health announced 349 new cases today and no new deaths. Since the beginning of the pandemic, 1,540 people have died due to the virus here in Kern County. Now, some good news. Fewer people are going to the hospital with the virus. 265 people are being treated in Kern hospitals right now. Another 77 patients are in the ICU. Now, state data projected hospitalizations to reach a peak of 333 patients on September 16th. Kern, in fact, hit our peak September 13th with 336 patients. Now that number is declining. Meantime, we've reached a significant milestone in the fight against COVID-19. 50% of eligible Kern County residents are fully vaccinated. Another 58.9% of residents are at least partially vaccinated against COVID-19. Now, during this morning's Board of Supervisors meeting, Bryn Kerrigan, the Director of Public Health, gave an update on where Kern County is heading. Since 2 weeks ago, our case rate continues to drop. Now, keep in mind, while the numbers are heading in the right direction, officials are still catching up on counting the number of people who've died from the virus. It could take several weeks before we know the true number of deaths in Kern County. Well, we're just 2 days away from a California state public health order requiring workers in healthcare settings to be fully vaccinated against coronavirus or test negative for the virus at least 2 times per week. Now, hospitals and healthcare employees have until September 30th to get their final dose of the vaccine. Governor Gavin Newsom announced the mandate in August, prompting protests at various hospitals around the state, including here in Bakersfield. Also starting on September 30th, hospital visitors must show their vaccination card or proof of a recent negative COVID-19 test in order to see a patient. Dignity Health and Adventist Health also say they are limiting the number of visitors to just 1 visitor per patient. Meantime, Pfizer has officially requested that the Food and Drug Administration clear its COVID-19 vaccine for use in children ages 5 to 11. The FDA is expected to take at least several weeks to analyze data collected in the trial that included more than 2,000 children before it would grant emergency use authorization. While the Pfizer vaccine has been available for Americans 12 and older since May, millions of elementary school-aged children are still vulnerable.
Clinica Sierra Vista is now offering rapid COVID-19 testing and COVID-19 vaccinations. Call 833-278-4584 to make your appointment. But don't delay. Clinica Sierra Vista, putting patients first.
Meantime, there are 2 human cases of the West Nile virus here in Kern County. Kern County Public Health confirmed the first human case in July. The second was reported back in August. Now, according to the department's West Nile page, there were 8 cases in 2020 and 32 in 2019. West Nile is spread by mosquitoes, and it most often spreads to people during the summer and early fall when the mosquitoes carrying the virus are most active. The virus typically only causes mild flu-like symptoms, but can cause severe illnesses and even death in some cases. Well, happening tomorrow, the Kern County Fair is set to reopen its gates. The fair was closed yesterday and again today, so crews can do some cleaning as a COVID-19 safety protocol. Fair officials say this gives them the time to clean areas that they typically aren't able to clean while everyone is at the fair. Fair officials say they are working closely with public health and haven't had any issues just yet. The Kern County Fair reopens tomorrow at 3 p.m. And also happening at the fair tomorrow, Feed the Need Day. If you donate 5 or more non-expired canned food items, you'll get 1 free admission into the fair. In your 17 Business Watch, several chains are offering a free cup of Joe tomorrow for National Coffee Day. Now, to receive the free cup at Starbucks, customers must bring their own clean, reusable cup inside a participating cafe. To get Dunkin's National Coffee Day deal, you must be a member of the chain's loyalty program. Members will get a free medium hot or iced coffee with any purchase. Panera says it's dedicating the coffee holiday to parents and caregivers. When you place an order tomorrow, say you're a parent or caregiver to get free coffee all day. Well, a new report shows Bakersfield broke in the top 100 for most expensive rental markets in the nation last month. Now, Zumper, the largest privately owned rental platform in North America, says Bakersfield ranked as the 70th most expensive rental market in the nation last month. The report says prices of 1 and 2 bedroom units came in at a median of $950 and $1,200. The price of 1 bedroom apartments in Bakersfield is up 17% since this time last year. That's significantly higher than the nationwide average, which saw prices rise 10.7%. Well, no winning ticket was sold for last night's $545 million Powerball jackpot. Now, the winning numbers were 21, 22, 39, 44, and 60. With the Powerball at 12, the power play was 2 times. Now, the next drawing will be tomorrow. The estimated jackpot for that is $570 million. The 17 News at Noon podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.